It's going to be in your head all day long. Suzanne Vegas, Tom Steiner, Magic in the Morning. Mike Barrett in the studio, as we told you he would be, for a weekly installment of Good Policies. Happy summer, my friend.
Oh, there I am. Hi. Yes. Happy summer to you, too. Yeah, Tom Steiner, the only song out there that I know almost all the words to.
Sophie Tucker has a song out called Summer in New York. She samples some of that.
Nice.
Anywho.
She had a writing block and said, I got to get the song done.
And did it.
I got a good beat. Let's just bounce with it.
Right on par with a lot of today's new music. Ooh. Anyways, so we've had a couple of great chats here about businesses and business insurance and the importance to have it and what you can lose without it. What do you want to talk about this week?
Something we see from time to time is people, questioning the value of working with an agency. We talked over the past couple of weeks, Jeff, the intricate amounts of things that are part of a business owner's policy. And I think if I look back, that's really a really good example of why having a relationship with an agent is so beneficial for you. Knowing the risk, understanding the risk, being able to work through the risk, making sure you have proper exposures versus just making it a transactional thing. Just transactional insurance can really leave you in the lurch. I've got stories. I won't share them, but I've got stories of people who found out that they didn't have what they wanted or expected. What I find in the industry, Jeff, is that a lot of people, when they get insurance, assume they're covered. And I just said it in general, right? That's a blanket statement. They assume they're covered for everything. And it's truly not that way. And I think having that relationship, having that dialogue, and being able to rely on an individual or an agency specifically that you can talk to and understand the risks and understand what's going on, I think that has so much value that I don't want that to go away. I don't want it to go overshadowed. There's so much more to it.
I'm going to go on the assumption that you're using this with, say, possibly purchasing your insurance online, where you go to XYZ's website, you click on the business tab, and you look at the coverages and say, I can afford that, and they click purchase like that.
Yeah, very similar. That's basically right in line with what it is, but it's not so much that. It is that. I'm not going to say it's not. Certainly that's a part of it, but I think a lot of people don't realize that we're always there, whether you know it or not. Very likely we're in the background any random day of the week dealing with something with your policy that you may not know about that we have to deal with, whether it be communicating with a mortgagee or working through a claims process, or there's a million and one reasons I can give. So it's much more than just the transactional part that you see of saying, hey, here's insurance, give me money. It's a lot more than that. And having your trust in the right person really can go a long way. And it's important to know that there is a value to you as a consumer with that. And go back to the online, a lot of people will say, well, if I go online, I'm not paying commissions. That's true, you're not. You're paying for the billions of dollars they spend to advertise, which is, equivalent. So there's really not a difference in price other than the fact that there can be a difference in price anyway. No more than a difference in price that if I quoted you with my 10 carriers, all 10 would have a pretty different cost associated with what I'm quoting. So
having that relationship and that conversation, which we always reference, no matter what the insurance need is, right? You're able to ask questions. So Bill and Betty have a bed and breakfast, and you can sit down with them and say, okay, this is what you've got today, but what are you planning for in the future?
Yeah.
What have you experienced in the past? What do you want to change? What direction you're headed?
Yes, and we can pick up on things too, right? My favorite's when I'm talking to somebody who's calling our office maybe for the first time, and they're saying, and we have just their name, no other name, just their name, and as we're having the conversation, and I don't care what line of insurance it is, it could be home, auto, motorcycle, business, whatever. At one point, if they say the word we, boom, it allows us that period of discovery to make sure that we're writing the policy and covering the proper people, covering all the entities, the individuals that are exposed. It's really a pretty crucial thing, and it can be really helpful. I say all the time, I can write an insurance policy any which way but loose. I'm not going to, because where it matters is if a claim occurs, you want to make sure you have appropriate coverage. So that's why we have to do such good legwork ahead of time and manage that relationship going forward.
So when we talk about we too, we're not just talking about partners, we're talking about family. You know, all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but 9 months ago, you found out you're going to have a little one, and here anytime you're going to have a bouncing baby boy or girl, and that's going to change your insurance needs.
It could. It's going to certainly make you start thinking more about life insurance, which is usually the thing that people only think about when someone close to them passes away who doesn't have it, or maybe even has it, and they see the benefit of it. So yeah, when you have a bouncing baby boy or girl, boy, what a great opportunity to think about, am I properly covered to give this new responsibility of my life the life they want, the life I want them to have, the life I think they deserve. Make sure you're protecting yourself in all facets with that. So.
Well, and you've mentioned it yourself, too, making sure that they're covered in the event that you're not here anymore, because that changes everything.
Indeed. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So I don't know. I didn't have a specific, let's talk about this with insurance. I thought a general conversation about the overall value and kind of knocking a perception that I don't see all the time, but I do see it enough where I think it's warranting a conversation of there is certainly a value with a relationship. So,
recently we had another client come in here and talk about the importance of that face-to-face communication, that relationship that develops over time. You may be early into it, and when I say early into it, a year or two, but the longer that relationship is, the more personal it becomes, and so more personal does the service.
Right. And, and when you think about the fact that at my office, all of us are accessible via phone, in person, through snail mail, through email, through virtual communication, we FaceTime, we text, we do everything. So we can really work with you to have that relationship and try to work on in a method of communication that works best for you.
All right. Well, the only time that they can't reach out to you would be similar to last week on Thursday. I saw the pictures of you and the crew up at the Cog Railway.
Yeah.
Give us an update on that.
Had a great time. So Safeco Liberty Mutual, every once in a while they'll do an event where they're doing something for the agents that work with them and represent them. We are an agency that does so. And they had really requested us. We don't go to events very often. We don't like to close the office ever. I hate closing the office. It's my least favorite thing to do. But it was really a good opportunity for us to take that moment and share with our staff that we really appreciate them, really, really love all that they do, and we wanted to give them a bit of an appreciation as part of what Safeco is doing. So we did that. We had a wonderful time. It was a little overcast at the top of Mount Washington. The wind was a very, very small factor, hardly any wind at all. I actually was too warm to wear a sweatshirt or a jacket up there, so that was kind of an odd day. But we had a great time up, a great time back, and then we took them all out to a place in Bethlehem for dinner. So it was a good day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's something about Main Street USA we love. How to get in touch with you?
Sure. Give us a call, 748-5224. You can find us on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury, online, thebarrettagency.com. Google, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Just look for Barrett Insurance Agency. And Jeff, 2 quick hits real quick.
Sure.
NEK Can. Go to our website or our Facebook page, nekcan.org. We have a summer raffle that's going on right now, so you can learn all the details under our events tab on our website or at our Facebook page. And then we have our scavenger hunt coming up later this year. You can sign up a team and learn more about it at our website.
Yeah, I shared that as soon as Paula put it up. That scavenger hunt is always a blast. You guys have fun with it.
This will be our second annual, and if it's anything like last year, it's going to be awesome.
All right. Good policies with Magic in the morning, and we're headed to our Hometown Minute thanks to Beans Homes. Next up, it's The Wanted on Magic.